we are back.
I am back.
We're back missing somebody though. So we traded.
I know.
We traded Yusuf for Harjan.
This is a bad trade.
That's the worst trade deal in the history of
Isn't
trade
it illegal
deals.
to trade people now?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You said it, not me. But replacing Harjan, we have. We're gonna call him Alex because we think it's Alex.
We think it's Alex.
He's here from a
He just
company that
agrees
will remain
with
unnamed. Yeah.
everything we
He's on
say.
board. He's super on board. But we have an exciting episode. If you were here last time, you saw that we narrowed down our top 16 into our top 8.
Yep.
And today, we're going to go a step further, right?
Yep. We're going to figure out the top 4.
Going to
Top
find out who
4.
the top 4 are.
It's
Now,
kinda
if you
crazy.
made it this far, you've already won in my books. You got yourself a lot of good publicity. You got yourself a lot of good support. And maybe some sponsors and big companies have their eyes on you for making it this far. So
That happens more
leverage
often than
this.
you think.
Yeah, leverage this to your advantage. If you made it this far, you're already doing great. But there can only be one. And today, we're going to knock half of the audience out. Feels like Beast Games. At the end of this episode, half of you will be going home.
These games was such a good show.
It was decent-ish.
I liked it a lot.
I'm going to pull this up on the laptop so I can see what's going on. And then we're going to get into this.
Everyone in
Yep.
the chat's very, very excited.
Is everyone
They
excited?
said
Good.
that they loved the waiting music.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Question for the
Love the
chat
lighting
and
music.
question for everybody watching. If you were on Beast Games, at what point would you have taken a bribe or taken money? By the way, first round for me, the second they said 20K, I'm
Nah,
out.
that's crazy.
No.
I would never turn down $1 million, though. I'm sorry.
People that turned down the
Even if it's
million,
like half of this team's going
Crazy.
home, not my problem, bro.
if
I got $1
everybody
million.
except 2 other people were going home and they told me 100K, I'm
That's
hitting
crazy.
the freaking button. I don't
That's
care.
crazy. I would take $1 million. You're only competing for $5 million, like 1/5 of the prize to guarantee. Yeah, bye
To be honest, I would have been out in the first round when you eliminated your whole row, and when you said
for
100K,
20K.
I'm done out. I'm done.
That's true.
20K.
That's wild.
Do you know everybody that participated got $2,000? Just
Well,
for
at least I
showing
got
up.
some. I mean, it took like a month off work, so I don't know if it pays out, but
Well,
depends what you do.
if you're unemployed,
Yeah. Which, let's be honest, Mr. Beast followers.
yeah, fair play.
Hey, maybe I don't pick a fight with the biggest YouTuber on YouTube. Anyway, moving on. We have the top 8 battles. The top 4 battles? Top 8 battles? I mean, it's 4 battles
Yeah.
of the top 8.
Top 8.
We've got the last 4 brackets ongoing. You just saw them on the screen. You know who's up against who. We got some underdogs winning last week, I would say.
Yep.
It's fair to say underdogs.
For
We got
sure.
some clear favorites also winning last week, so it's going to be exciting to see who goes on. Once you're through this round and it becomes the top 4, you're going to have to leverage all of the support you can get, because all of the audiences and support groups and followers and clubs, et cetera, of the eliminated competitors, their votes are up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
So the competition changes more and more. Without further ado, let's talk a little bit about the auto industry before we get into Tune Battlegrounds. You guys are going to have to wait. Ha! Psych.
You will have to wait.
Everyone's like raging in the chat.
Yeah,
now.
good. So this past weekend, is it this past weekend? Yes.
A couple weeks ago.
The Tunerevo?
Yep.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, we had Tunerevo Miami. Now, if you're not familiar, Tunerevo is, as far as car shows go, in the upper echelons. I think that's
Absolutely.
that's
They're-
safe to say.
Yeah.
You're not. If you go to one of their shows, the amount of real wheels will severely outweigh the amount of rep wheels. The amount of quote unquote childhood hero cars will severely outweigh
Right.
people with a Honda Accord sedan.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Love it.
Like, just
Hearing
look in the
about that.
background right now. You see
Amazing.
997 GT3 look or GT3 converted. A couple amazing trucks. E30 M3.
So do we have video of this event? Because that would be very exciting.
We just have photos, unfortunately,
okay,
for
we have
this one.
photos. That's good enough.
But Tunerevo, every one of their shows. I've been to Tunerevo Chicago.
Yeah, you've been to a bunch.
There was like 9 NSXs at Tunerevo Chicago.
That checks out.
Like, just a crazy. There was an actual top secret FDRX7 from there too, which was insane.
Is it just me, or is the Acura NSX, like old school NSX, not the new
Yeah.
thing, the Acura NSX like the poster child for car shows? I can think of like 3 car shows off the top of my head that they're like branding or their like promo poster or their event pages, whatever, NSX.
It's
That's so
because
true.
nobody wants to see like an EM2 Civic as the poster child of an event. Like, it's an NSX R34 Mark IV.
True. As far as like tuner stuff goes, that is upper echelon type
Yeah.
business.
because that's kind of like everybody's end goal, like type of thing.
So we just flipping through a gallery here because I'm excited to see what's going on. I've already seen some high quality.
Crazy
And then we have
cars.
a call, don't we? Do we get to talk to Jay from Tunerevo?
We do. We can talk to him right now.
Jay, what, is he on the line?
He is.
Jay, what's going on, dude?
How's it going?
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Hey, I knew someone was calling in. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
Doing well, doing well. I'm currently in Dallas, Texas right now.
You setting up for another event or what?
Yeah, we just came out this past weekend to go check out our new venue at the Dallas Market Center. Getting to know a lot of the enthusiasts around the area, and you know, a lot of those shops and venues that I've been visiting. It's been pretty cool, very hospitable. You know?
So I have a question. How do you manage to gather all of the upper echelon of cars from each area for a show?
It just I don't know. I guess the name travels. You know, it's definitely, you know, we've been around for a very long time. And the fact that, you know, for many, many years, we've always made sure that, you know, we kept a certain standard to our events, especially when it comes to judging and classifying vehicles at the shows and stuff like that. For many years, we've always screened vehicles.
Love that.
And for the same time, it's also, you know, the content. You know, we like to show the people what's coming to our events. So we've always been really grateful to have the people we work with in the past 8 to 10 years, especially, that has done media for us, videography, photography, and then we go out to these cities prior and meet these people. And when you do those things, you're creating a community within the city that you're in. And we have Sean on the line as well. He's been fully responsible, Sean Garcia. He's been fully responsible of helping that, you know, build that media standard for the brand.
Hell yeah, dude. I think there's a lot to be said about, you mentioned screening cars that apply. I think a lot of shows just kind of let everybody in, and it's a catch-22. I mean, if you're in a market that doesn't have a lot of cars, you need cars to fill your show, and you start accepting everything and anything. But I think when you screen, and especially like, you've obviously researched the markets you're going to, so there is a selection to choose from.
Correct.
When you screen the cars and, you know, emphasize quality and craftsmanship and just overall like good builds, I think it shines through, and that's why Tunerevo is doing so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Sean.
No, so I think the screening is important. And like what you guys had said when you guys were like introducing the show, talking about, you know, like the NSX and the GTRs and stuff like that. You know, I've been with Jay for next year will be 10 years, and the screenings changed a lot. You know, back in the day, it was really, you know, like rugged screening. You know, there would be a lot more people denied and whatnot. And as we, you know, transition and adapt to like how the culture kind of changed, we started looking at the screening and realizing like, if you start looking more at, you know, what could be the end goal of what this person's building, right? So looking at like the theme of the build, and, you know, like you were talking about like the demographics, you know, what's that area, you know, known for? What are they building in that area? And we started detailing our screening to that, because what we realized is that a lot of times approving a car that may have been on the fence, you know, 7 years ago, them coming in, we've got so many appreciation, you know, emails and posts and messages and stuff about, you know, they never thought they'd be able to be accepted to Tunerevo. And that's, you know, flattering and humbling in many ways. So having that door open, the following year, you see the changes in these people's builds. You know, we've seen people literally rebuild their whole, you know, build from one year to another because they got into the show. They got to compete with, you know, like you were talking about childhood builds and stuff, and it pushed them to go to the next level and wide body and change the color and go with some crazy wheels and all that. So I think that screening part is a big thing, and our team does a very good job at, you know, getting all the right cars in the building. And, you know, with a lot of our recent events now, we've been doing outdoor events, outdoor sections with the indoor. So that way we still have the doors open for, you know, anybody and everybody, you know, and everybody can still come. And, you know, our Chicago event last year, the cars that were in the outdoor like meet section, we had like Veilside RX-7s and I was just like, wow, like never thought we'd have that type of quality sitting outside too. And some people just don't want to be inside of a building all day long, and that's, you know, understandable. So we're trying to adapt and add that other portion to our events that you can still come, you know, pay a lower ticket price to get in, you know, and still get the content of your car and you know, be with everybody, but have the ability to kind of like pull out when you want it. Some people don't want to compete for a trophy, and that's completely fine, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I get that. And I think you get a lot of quality by keeping quality over the years, because you look at the promo material or you look at the photos from an event like this, like, I want my car in this. You know, I want to be with this, like, upper echelon. So before we let you go, why don't you let us know what made Tunerevo Miami really stand out? What was the vibe there?
Porsche.
Yeah, the Porsches. That's a start. The vibe, I mean, we went to Miami for the very first time in 2019 at the RC Cola factory in Wynwood. And, you know, myself and Sean met basically through photography almost 10 years ago. And that was like our first trip as photographers to go and shoot Miami as a whole back in 2017-18. But then we stumbled into that venue, and then we decided to go to the RC Cola factory. And because of COVID, we wasn't able to go back, you know, to return. So we were just like, man.
It was actually like locked up and everything. Like, we paid the security guard $50 to let us go into the stadium and shoot pictures. And then the RC Cola factory was locked up, and there was a hole in like the brick wall that we actually crawled into. So like, we stumbled upon these venues in Miami that we ventured to out of just curiosity of walking around Wynwood. So it was like a dream to kind of bring that artistic feel, you know, to it.
Right.
This Miami, we had Wynwood, and it was a crazy artistic
venue too. And I had this venue, you know, too, as far as like the stadium. I had one or the other. So we did the RC Cola factory, but I've always had the Miami Marina kind of like in my back pocket for many years.
But we did an indoor show in between, and it didn't have the same Miami feel to it. So after taking a year off from Miami, that's when we decided to go to the stadium and do something outdoors. And Miami really surprised us. It brought a lot of different builds, you know, a lot of like Porsches, a lot of like purist cars out, a big crowd of like just enthusiasts, like that. Some of the people that were winning trophies, they left before the trophy ceremony because it was just a cool car culture vibe. It didn't feel like any competition. It just, you know, cars were parked in all different ways. It just felt like a cool little like festival day. Food trucks, you know, it was a cool, you know, way to kick off our year and, you know, welcome our way back to Miami. And I think that it made us feel like when we go to Florida, Miami's probably going to be that, you know, staple of where we're going to, you know, keep going, because the artistic feel that Miami gives us, all those high-end cars with the imported cars and all the, you know, cars that are modified and everything, the mix of that and the people is just, it makes sense with the automotive lifestyle that we're promoting. We're not just a car show, and we're trying to continue with that, you know, automotive lifestyle. And I think Miami really fits that. And you should be able to, you know, expect a lot more of that vibe from us as we continue with our tour.
For sure. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it and look forward to seeing some pics from more events.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you guys.
You guys.
It looks awesome. Shout out to Miami. And Jay and Sean, we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, bye.
Yeah, I feel like other than Tunerevo and Wekfest are the two shows in North America that have like that high standard of...
I can think of a few others, but yeah, like
Those are the
Tunerevo
big
definitely
ones.
comes to mind when I think like who's got really cool
Yeah,
stuff.
Miami car culture is weird because I was there, like my S15 is still there. I was there for a month in December, and if you're just driving your car, going from point A to point B, whatever, I didn't see a single other like JDM car. But if you go to like one of the night meets and you
they're
point
everywhere.
wash that, whatever, you'll see like 6 R34 GTRs.
Because everyone there has like 7 cars. They bring them out at night.
But like during the day, if you're just like cruising along, whatever, you see nothing modified.
It's
It's
interesting.
really weird.
We got some funny comments along the way.
Yeah, it's going crazy.
Good luck, everyone. Nail-biting moment. Everyone here deserves it. Luke says Adam would take $1 million and still spend it on a rusty S chassis.
Hey,
Sir, the new one has no rust. Thank you very much.
other than his spare tire wall,
There's a little surface rust. We're gonna address that before anything.
a lot of surface rust.
The proximity Yusuf has to us, almost meeting multiple times and yet never seeing each other in person, is insane. That's from Luke, because you guys have been to the same
That
show like
actually
30
is
times
insane.
and never met each other.
I know, that actually is insane.
We're gonna fix that this year. Don't worry.
We
We're
will.
gonna rally down or something. We'll figure it out.
We got this.
Stay tuned on Rally News sometime soon. Teaser. Anyway, everyone is hyping up their guys in the chat right now. I've never seen more chat popping off about Tuner Battlegrounds and the brackets. So obviously it's heated battles. Do we get right into it?
We have to.
We
get
can't leave the
into it.
people waiting any longer. They're gonna go feral on us.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know. Imagine we're like, all right, that's all, everything.
Luke says has no rest yet, sir. I will fight you.
Well, he'll be on the call. You can beef him.
Yeah,
We'll beat him on the call.
Listen, Rusty Subaru owner. It's not all
All
like
right,
that.
let's pull up the first battle.
Hit me.
Well, let's see it.
Oh yes, that's right. Now I can't recall. Did we showed what the next battles are for next week? Last week, right? Like the head to heads. Oh, that was all mystery.
So, like, these are the ones that we announced last week.
Yeah,
So-
they know what the head to head is. Like
Yeah.
this person versus this one.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
talked about last week. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So no one's seeing this for the first time unless you're
No,
tuning
no.
in for the first time.
Yes.
But yeah, we have the battle of kind of exuberantly modified Japanese chassis, and then like very
OEM
kind of
plus plus.
stealthily modified, but very once you look under the hood and the engine bay and
Mhm.
interior, like super modified. On
The more you
inside.
look, the more you
Diagos.
see on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely one of those. Whereas like Jordan's G35, like a lot of the mods are evident right off the bat.
You
Yeah.
know.
Even down to like the LSX grill badge.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but honestly, who knows? Because last year we had a car that was very nonchalant from the outside.
Until you take the hood off.
If
and
you
then
put
it's like,
stock,
oh my god.
if you put stock wheels and tires on the V12 twin turbo STI that we or WRX, I'm not sure what the chassis is, but it doesn't matter at that point. If you put stock wheels and tires, genuinely would blend in traffic,
yeah.
which is crazy to
So
think about.
Except
I
you
know.
hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, what does that sound?
But that's what I mean by this is anybody's game with.
Where do you guys see this one going? You can't answer. You know.
I can't answer.
I couldn't pick. This is such a battle of two different schools of thought
This
when it
is
comes
different.
to modifying.
Because
and-
obviously, I know you're an OEM plus kind of guy. You
Yeah.
like the subtle, like all the details. I like
Definitely.
the in-your-face wide body style. So
all right,
I
let's
don't
see
know where
it.
this is gonna go. Let's
Drum
see
roll,
it.
please. Oh no way!
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Jordyn.
Congratulations.
With the heavily modified G. Diego, we love you, bro, but you're going home this time.
See,
We
He's
hope to see
got
you
the
next
most
year.
support in the chat right now.
I know.
swear,
I know.
just
I know.
everyone. Hope y'all stick around. Um,
Yeah.
Luke has some words of encouragement. Good timing. You've all done a phenomenal job on your
100%.
builds and on presenting and networking yourselves throughout this competition. Even if you don't move on, keep that momentum to push forward and network more.
Yep.
And that is
100%.
words of advice, because networking through this is a great way to attain sponsors, take your build to that next level, get that part you've been looking for, make some changes if you want to.
Yeah, the tuner
Diego
battle.
was the first one to say congratulations, Jordyn. What a gem.
The opportunities through tuner battlegrounds in order to find sponsors, get your name out there, etc., is very big.
All right. Well, Jordan's on the line. so
Ooh, are
let's
we
talk
talking to him? Let's go.
Hello. Congratulations.
Jordyn.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank
What's
you.
going on, man? You're moving on up to the top 4.
Uh,
Have you
Yeah,
rebuilt or re-put together the car yet, or is it still floating in the cold garage?
it's still floating. The motor's up in the machine shop.
Oh,
right now,
fun.
so-
What's
Yeah.
going for big power, right?
Yeah, we got Ford's rotating assembly going in the bottom end. I had the top end built last year, and we're throwing nitrous at it this summer. So
Let's go.
What's the
Nice.
power goal looking like?
800. 800 is the goal.
Hell yeah. All right. Respect.
The issue with G35s is that people always do aesthetic builds but never do motor builds. Like that's what I
true.
respect about this.
A lot of like
'Cause I'm
just
tr-
bolt on body stuff and then nothing else.
I'm trying to think at least any car show, car event that I've been to, I've never seen G35, G37 with a motor swap. You see a lot of FRSs, BRZs. You see like everything except G35s with engine swap. So I like the originality of
It's
that.
got to walk the talk, man.
100%.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exciting.
It can't just look that way.
100%.
Now, do you have any plans moving forward, engine aside, for the car? Is there things you want to change before you get any further, or do you want to wait and make changes in the off season again?
I know I've got rolls of wrap sitting there for it.
Ooh.
All the wheels and air tank, we've completely redevised the whole trunk setup. The big sheet metal display now that's getting basically airbrushed with one of my sponsors.
Sick.
It's going to be a completely different car when it rolls out. It won't have that rainbow wrap that we spoke about in the top 16.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been in its current form for probably 2 years now, and I'm kind of bored.
You
So
getting bored?
it's time
Yeah,
for a
I
change.
understand that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the color, or is this still a secret? No pressure if it's a secret.
No, it's going to be out there. Like the body color, it's white with just a silver flake.
Sick.
But the accent we're using is pink, like highlighter.
Oh,
Sick.
pink.
I'm
I
on
like
board.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Barbie.
something you don't see very
Barbie.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exciting. Cannot wait
I
to
respect
see where
it.
this goes.
Yeah.
Good luck moving forward, man.
100%.
I think you got a good chance here.
Thank you guys so much.
Great work so
one
far.
step closer. Let's go.
Okay.
See you, Jordyn.
Crossed.
See you, dude.
Congrats.
Bye.
Cheers.
I love how we got him on, and then you guys didn't even ask him how he's feeling. You're just like,
He was
"Still talking
excited.
about the-"
Yeah, tell me about
What's
the
he gonna
car.
do? Yeah, I'm actually not. It's kind of sad.
No,
about
you
it.
gotta
Yeah,
ask
he's
him how
hyped.
he's feeling.
They're
He's
all hyped.
probably
They're all
very
hyped. They're all
excited.
hyped.
They're all very hyped.
Honestly, well deserved. And I think my comment about G35s, I've never seen a G35 with an engine swap.
I've seen a Jay-Z swapped one somewhere.
Oh, interesting.
It might have been
I feel
local.
like I haven't.
But yeah, it doesn't
might
happen
saying
often.
one,
You
but
can.
no.
All of us can think of 10 BRZ FRS 86s
Right.
with a different engine in it. We can all think of. I can even think of 350Zs with different engines. I cannot think of a.
We just love the sound of those trumpets, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. And now, let's move on to the next one, because I'm excited to see what happens next. Because I think this is the one
Speaking about FRS,
with one of my favorite cars.
Speaking of FRS,
Oh, I forgot about this.
I did too.
It's not the one I thought it was. Well,
This is a tough one.
nothing to say, guys.
I'm thinking about what to say. I mean, I kind of said it all last week when we saw the preview of this battle.
You did.
It's a gap in generations and styles once again. It's kind of what we saw with the last one, but throw in a generational gap too. There's the new
Yeah.
school, like younger, and not to say everybody that likes the cars on the young side, but like
Yeah.
it's a younger build versus like a tried and true classic styling. One is very minimalist and like driver oriented and simple, and one is very like this is modified. Like you see it and you're like that is a modified car, even if you
Yeah.
don't know anything about cars, and painted, which hell yeah, dude.
A thing about FDs that people don't realize is how freaking expensive they are to modify.
Yes.
So I've had a few FDRX7s, and they're so any little thing, like if you need a little plastic interior trim for your car, it's $780 at Mazda. If you want to get, I really like those side skirts, it's $2,000. Everything is so expensive.
I know. I saw the carbon Kevlar inserts for the wing, and I know this guy spent money on that, or got lucky years ago.
One comment I
stuff's
do
been
have
chilling.
about the FD, and this is very minute, are the mirrors. I hate stock FD mirrors so much.
Really, I kind of like them.
Both my FDs, the first mod on them was I got like authentic Ganadors, put them on. It makes it look so much better.
Ganadors are cool.
I love Ganadors.
There's somebody with them on his car.
And you can't see out of them either.
This is one of the ones where I just can't call it. I don't know. I don't think it's unfair to say Omar was the underdog in his first competition. If you look at like crazy support and mods and stuff like that, and he pulled through like it was nothing. So I don't know, man. This could go either way.
I think this is a battle of the freaking generations.
This is a generational one. Can we flip to the results? Let's find out which generation votes more.
Let's see.
Oh, Isaiah. I'm not super surprised. This super clean build. It's one of those things we've talked about it even in like vehicle submission features. It's like it's an idea that's been done a lot. It's an FRS with a wide body or what have you. But it's done so well. It's painted. It's not wrapped like every other one. He has very cool wheels that most people don't.
You wouldn't put these on
They're
BRZ.
almost like overlooked wheels, and he made them work so good. And then look at that interior, man. Like that is high class.
Do you know what I love
trunk
about
install.
this FRS? Sorry, is that he kept the stock seats because the FRS stock seats
So
are
good.
the best.
So good.
My favorite OEM seats out of any car. When people put aftermarket seats in FRSs, like just stop what you're doing. They're comfortable. You can get them heated.
This thing's killer. Oh
And
my
they're
god! I
nice.
just realized it's blizzarding in that shot of his garage door open. Do we have Isaiah on the line too? Can we talk to him?
Close.
We're getting him
Almost.
soon. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I love those wheels so much.
I love the 326.
I want to
wing.
put them on my S13.
No,
Martino had them on his S13. It looks hard.
I think I'm
It's
aware
such
that
a good
you,
look.
at your ripe age, believe that it looks hard on it.
No, you're
240.
insane. Hold on, I'm gonna find a picture for you.
All right, Isaiah's on hold.
Guys, how's it going?
Yo,
going?
what up,
Welcome.
dude?
Thanks, guys. I
Congratulations.
greatly appreciate it.
So I guess I got flack for not asking the last guy. How you feeling right now?
I'm stoked. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm hyped. I'm excited. I've been pushing really, really hard.
I could see
That's
that, man.
awesome.
That was definitely one of the harder battles. Like we said, it was a real generational gap. Curiosity, how old are you?
I'm 25.
See, I wasn't that far out. That
No.
makes sense.
That checks out.
So since we've seen it, has anything changed? Is anything going to change before the end of the competition, or is this something you want to save till afterwards and don't mess with what's working kind of thing?
Overall, last year we actually just did the wide body kit last year. I love it. We just got it painted and everything finished up last year. It's only been a year. Overall, going forward, I'm looking into doing some engine swaps. That
Ooh.
FA needs to come out.
Yes. Hell yeah. Is it like a pretty modified engine? I can't recall the spec sheet exactly.
No, the engine has nothing done to it right
Okay.
now. I actually blew up one 3 years ago,
Oof.
and I bought a
checks out.
replacement, put this one in.
I got you. That makes sense. Well, that's exciting. I love your paint. I love your interior, like your air setup and everything. Like
Everything just
all
flows
the little
so
details
nicely,
are
yeah.
so well put together and
I love
really cohesive build. And I think that's what sets a lot of builds apart. Is just like a full theme from front to back, inside and out.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. Good
And
luck moving
I
forward.
appreciate that.
Good luck,
You had
man.
a
you.
tough
And
contest,
one-
and
one-
It's gonna be tough from here on out. So so leverage your support groups and hopefully you don't get voter burnout. Work your family and friends, and yeah, we'll see you on the next episode, man.
Working our best. Thank you guys again, and I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Likewise. Take care, Isaiah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right.
You're gonna tell me that doesn't look hard as nails?
No,
You're insane.
that is not nails.
You're
Can I
insane.
see? Can I see that picture?
No.
I like it.
It looks so.
Why
good.
not? Why
No.
not?
That's the most gangster wheel.
Well, maybe you think so.
Love them.
You would think that actually.
I absolutely love them.
I feel like you just stick to what you like.
Hey, I took this
But you
picture.
don't like to just.
Beautiful.
I can tell you
Oh.
took it.
Wow. All right.
Jeez.
Next
For
battle.
everybody waiting for Yusuf to hate, here you go.
Here it
It's
is.
here. It's always sprinkled.
The
in.
issue
Hold
is-
on. I want to see the comments. A lot of
There's-
love for the Mazda.
The issue is we're so deep into the tuner battlegrounds cars that they're all nice.
I know.
It's not the first
So you
round
have
where
to
you're like,
roast
oh, nice
Adam.
fitment, bro. Like I have to roast Adam.
Let's see. Anyone say anything funny?
No.
I don't think so.
James says he's surprised. He's the one who lost to the FD in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Says he's really surprised. So that must
That
have
was
been
a
really
tough
close.
contest. Those were tough contests.
Luke says infamous voter burnout. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a phenomenon we haven't really talked about much. You know, you're going from round to round. You're getting the votes from friends, families, support groups, clubs,
Teams,
anywhere you
et cetera,
can.
yeah.
People at the gas station, people in Costco, whatever have you. And it's hard to keep them going for you. You can vote every day. They hear from you all the time. So you have to find ways to either find new groups or keep your support groups engaged, make compelling content, fun stuff like that.
Hey, if
So
you're standing on the side of the street with a sign that says vote,
vote for me. Vote for Pedro.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. So maybe my favorite. This is the one I've been waiting for. I can't say who I'm rooting for, but I think everybody knows. I'm
know
not
who
allowed to
Adam's rooting
influence
for.
anything. So both of these cars are sick.
These
First
are
of
very
all.
nice.
Yeah.
builds.
Both of these took a ton of work to get to where
Absolutely.
they're at right now. I can't even fully grasp the concept of like converting a whole car's exterior and everything on the inside to carbon fiber. That's
Right.
so beyond my skill set. It's hilarious.
The insurance company says you hit a what?
Yeah,
Accident with
exactly.
these, they're-
Sorry, you're cut. This is going to be exciting.
Bring back sidewalk sign spinning.
I just saw that. I was going to say the same.
Actually, I haven't seen a sidewalk sign spinner in a long time. Thinking about it.
Go to malls with QR codes. Says
You gotta wait
James.
till the summer.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not the first round.
Oh,
I heard.
Oh.
I heard our own
I
voices.
heard me.
I don't know how this is going to go. Julia knows how this went.
She
yeah.
does know how
I
this
can't
went.
say anything.
We
I'm
do
s-
not know.
I'm scared because either way, one of the coolest builds in this competition is going home.
I'm both
Again.
gonna be happy and sad.
Yeah, I don't think there's a
Of the
wrong
result.
answer. Screw it. Hit me with the results, please. Let's go! Peter, I love this car, bro.
Congratulations,
I'm rooting
Peter.
for you.
So we saw this car in person at the Tuning 365
That's
show
right.
at Formula Drift English Town last year. I'm
As
not
good
sure
in
about the year
person?
before. I don't
No,
remember.
I
exactly.
didn't see it because I didn't make last year's.
Yeah,
As good in person?
crazy.
Yeah. When you
Crazy car.
turn something this old into something that looks like it rolled off the show floor yesterday and also is visibly modified, you've struck gold for me. I've said it before. I'm going to keep saying it.
Adam and I both know from firsthand experience, in order to build an old car. When I say old car, I don't mean a.
Old, like,
I don't mean a
80s,
three-
90s.
I don't mean a 350Z. I mean a car that like you would die in if you were in a small fender bender. Like old cars. To start building the car, you need to do an entire expensive build just to get to the point that you can start modifying it.
Absolutely. I think the restoration part is half the battle. Now, granted, maybe Peter got this as like a perfect, preserved,
But
still OEM,
even at that point, you know from your car, what year is your 240? 92? We were talking
90
about it.
and 92.
90 and 92. Let's say you had a perfectly preserved 92 240.
I do now.
How are your interior plastics going to be?
Did you just
That's the other
smash the
thing,
mic?
right?
After 35 years,
Unless
yeah,
they're like
by
super
mistake.
well kept, yeah, they're a little
How are
faded.
your side markers going to be? How is the door rubber, etc.,
Right,
etc.? So
right.
even if you have the most perfectly preserved
Yeah,
old
the
car,
elbow grease to like clean up the old stuff and make it look new. Like the lights look new, the plastics look new, the exhaust friggin' looks new.
But that's my point.
Can
that-
we talk to Peter? I need to talk to
It's-
this man. Peter,
here.
my man.
What's going on, guys?
What is
How's it
up,
going,
dude?
dude?
Congratulations.
So this is easily
I'm
one of my favorite
speechless.
cars to be in Tuner Battlegrounds in the last several years.
I love this.
I love 8.6s. I love like resto mod stuff. So the first question, was this bone stock?
Yeah. So, like I told you guys, I won it 25 years, 2000, and it was bone stock.
Damn.
Do you say 25 years?
Yeah.
This guy's building an 8.6 longer than Eustace been alive.
I'm 21.
That's crazy.
I'm 21 years old.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude. I think the work shows. It looks like 20 years of work into a car, you know? Oh, we lost him.
Oh, no.
I could hear him breaking up there a lot.
Okay. Well, let me know when we get him back.
Yeah, let's see if
Just
we can
the
get him
overall,
back.
the overall build
He was
quality of
breaking
this
up a
car
lot.
is like insane.
Like, look at the video. Look at the interior.
Look at his trunk. If you can have your trunk jams open on that old of a car and be able to
Right.
show it off, like, okay,
Luke says, Adam, there is no perfectly preserved AE. And honestly, he's not far from the truth. It's so rare.
They're so
if we get him back, I want to know what the condition of it was.
fun fact, Adam and I have had light talks about getting
Peter's
the
back.
AliExpress shelf.
You back, Peter?
Yep, I'm back. Sorry
Okay,
about that.
you're breaking up a little there, but you sound pretty clear now. So you got this car, you said 25 years ago.
Yep.
Literally longer than
Yeah,
you've just
so-
been alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, for 4 years I used it as my daily driver.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, I, dialed it back a bit until eventually now it's just, fun weekend warrior type car.
Now, was it always in really good condition, or did you have to do some like real elbow grease
Oh,
with
no.
rust and crap like that?
Hell no.
New Jersey
Uh-oh.
plates.
No, man, we
Uh-oh.
had to remake the hatch. We had to weld new metal on the fender arches. A lot of work went into it back then.
This is the best. I'm so happy you made it
So
through, man.
good.
I don't even know what to say. Everything about this is so good. I'm watching the video as if I haven't seen it already, and still
This is our
like
fourth time
seeing,
watching the loop, yeah.
seeing new things like the OEM speaker pods in the back and everything. Moving forward, do you have plans to alter anything, or is this like your perfect car and you don't want to touch it?
Well, right now I'm in the middle of swapping the interior over. I just redid everything in the Recaro fabric to match the front seats.
Sweet.
I'm going to swap out the side skirts for some J-Bloods just to give it a slightly more aggressive look.
and just add a few more things to the engine for performance. But it's just about it.
No, I can't remember. This is obviously painted, right?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, it's
Is the
painted.
paint?
It got painted in 2004.
No way.
Wow.
I wish
yeah.
my paint would last that long. What is it? What's the paint?
So it's a OEM Acura color, Fire Pepper Red Pearl. It's what came on the RSXs
Yes. Okay.
back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Dude, this is so good. The chat is absolutely going feral. They're super stoked for you. You've got support from across the world. It looks like I see lots of flags in here. Yeah, everyone's pretty excited about this car, so I think you have a great support group. Luke, our Tuna Battlegrounds Battle Master, says the magnum opus of AE perfection. And it's hard to disagree with that. I think this is a stellar example. I hope we get to see you at New Jersey Formula Drift this year at Tune
Hopefully.
365. If you apply,
I'll
you're
definitely be
in.
there.
I will personally make sure you're in regardless. And yeah, looking forward to it, man. Good luck moving forward. You're going to need it. It's a tough competition out here, man.
Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Peter.
Congrats.
Later.
Bye.
What a good car. It's
Yeah, I
hard
know,
not
your,
it's hard
favorite,
not to
huh?
play favorites because I love it so much. It's just everything about a build that I like. But I don't
Not
get to
old.
vote, and you shouldn't vote based on what I feel. You should vote based on
20-something-year-old paint.
That's crazy.
Adam's at a rate of like new 240 every 7 years, and this guy made his paint job last 20-something years is insane.
That is nuts. Yeah, that's I think everything about that, like paint included, just all of that is just so indicative of somebody who takes care of their stuff.
I know. I was gonna say, even if you bought a brand new car, and much less a repaint, if you bought a brand new 25-year-old car, it's impossible to make your paint look perfect.
I wish I could take care of my cars that well.
I drive.
I think
my car
it's
way
really
too much.
envy. That's what's coming out.
'Cause-
It's not favoritism, it's envy.
Like the reason I haven't
I'm
painted,
sad.
I haven't painted my S15 because I put 75,000 miles or 130,000 kilometers. I'm not sure the exact number, but around that range last year on it. Like that's why I can't paint my cars, but it's.
Luke says I PPF my entire STI and I still don't think the paint will even last that long.
I would like to point out if Luke PPF'd his car, he's big rich millionaire. Very big rich.
PPF isn't that much. I'm considering
Well-
doing it to the front of the new S13 because my old one had so many
He should do the front.
chips and like speed.
You drive your car too
marks.
much to not.
I know that's the thing. And like in dusty areas where it really takes the damage. I think even just the front lip and the front of the front bumper, that'll be enough for me. Just to keep the chips off.
Yeah, and like the high, like the areas.
Although,
like on, your quarter
on
panels
that
and
topic,
stuff.
to take a slight detour here, there's a dude in Japan back in the day, in the 90s, who had, I want to say it was an R33, but it might have been an R32 Skyline GTR. And he made a point, like he was definitely like a wagon Bayshore route racer, like highway looper. And he made a point to never repaint the front bumper, and it was all original. So it was all like
I think
the
I've
car
seen
was a
this.
beautiful red, and then the
Yeah.
front is just like white speckled and like trickling backwards, and actually looked sick.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like, yeah, like if
See-
you can go all the way. So all I need to do is speed about 5,000 miles a year, and I'll have that paint job.
See, the issue
Love
is
that.
there's no in between. You either have a
Yeah,
perfectly
if it's
patinaed,
partly damaged, looks like shit.
like
Yeah.
if the front lip on your car has a chip that big out of it on a otherwise perfect car, it's like, okay, that sucks. But if your
Sore
entire
thumb.
kit is beat up and you have rock chips
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever on an
100%.
insane car, it's gangster.
This goes back again to intentional choices.
Yeah,
on a
hell
yeah.
yeah.
Right? Like
By the
he
way-
You can make
intentionally
anything
chose.
work if you do it right.
Yeah.
This only applies to cool cars. I just want to point out if
Yeah,
this is on
if your
your
Pontiac Sunfire's got chips on the front bumper, I don't know, bro.
like I went to a car meet and there was a guy with an R34 GTR there that he just drove from California.
Jesus Christ.
California to Florida, Florida to here. So
That's crazy.
Probably about 10,000 kilometers, 7,000 miles, something like that. And his entire, like, there's duct tape holding his headlight on on a Bayside Blue V-Spec 2 R34.
James Tinerella
It's
says this
insane.
guy is my pick for the crown. Luke is on year 4 or 5 of PPF, expected to yellow before the paint fades. That's
Yeah,
just what
checks out.
happens, especially if you use cheap PPF, Luke. Better watch yourself.
I think any PPF just yellows. We have another battle.
Yep. The final battle.
Final battle.
Let's get into it.
Dun dun dun. Oh man. Okay, again, I'm gonna be sad no matter who goes home because I
I
like
know,
both
right?
of these cars a lot.
I like them both for different reasons.
Hell yeah.
I think that's the point.
I would rather drive and beat the hell out of Kristi's Evo
Yeah.
And I would
Kristi, I'm
rather
taking your car and beat the shit out of it.
and like to gawk over the details and like look through and like really appreciate, especially someone who like grew up in the 90s with that kind of car culture. Harry's Civic is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like truly
Like-
ridiculous.
Harry's Civic perfectly embodies best of show from the car culture that like we saw.
Hell yeah. And like in a way that you can still bring it out today. I think there's a lot of stuff from that era modified in the same style that looks
You can.
very outdated if you bring it out today. Like
Other
it doesn't
than-
look good.
In my opinion, other than I love his wheels, but other than his wheels on this build, you could bring that to a show today and you could win in your category
Right.
with ease. But most cars built in the 90s, early 2000s, you couldn't do that.
Now this is another group that has a lot of support behind both of them. I would imagine.
Big support.
Is it true that this is probably some of the highest vote totals? This battle? Yeah, of course. Of course it is.
Checks out.
Well, I think we just ripped the band-aid off because I'm gonna be sad no matter what. Can we hit the result? Let's see it.
I don't know
almost
who I'm
looking
rooting
away.
for. This is a bad
I
one.
can't choose. Kristi, no way. Let's go Evo gang. I love
Evo
Evos.
gang.
I love Evos so much.
It's so cleanly done.
Yeah. Kristi, congratulations.
Congrats.
Harry, you know we love you, man. You're in our Honda issue regardless, so don't feel too sad. And remember, you guys made it this far. Holy hell. Congratulations. Yeah, this Evo is so well put together. And I think a lot of people might like look at this from the outside with the hood closed and the doors closed and from a distance they're like, "Oh, it's another Japanese car with a fluorescent color." Like, no. There's so much going on here.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
there really
So
is.
much going on. And it's so oriented to kind of walk that line between like it's my show car, but also it rips on the back roads and twisties in the hills. Like, it's such a good combination. Really cool stuff. Do we have Kristi on the line?
Shortly.
We will shortly.
in
Okay,
a
good.
second.
Off topic, I'm so happy we don't choose. Because how are you supposed to choose between these?
I never. There's like one car in this. There's two cars in the whole competition I could have picked, and they went against each other in the first round. So
That's what I'm saying.
I'm already out.
But I'm saying, like, I'm so, like, the fact that people have to vote against these two cars, it's such a tough decision.
Yeah.
That's what
Once
the issue
again,
is.
Harry, the first one to congratulate Kristi. Shout out to these guys, man. What a good team of people.
I saw
Kristi's-
that.
Kristi's with us now.
I saw somebody comment, Harry, we still going to Jersey FD? Please bring it.
Yes, please, bring it
please
to
bring it,
Jersey
please.
FD. I want everyone watching who's in driving distance of Jersey FD to be at Tuning 365 this year.
Come hang out with us.
But we have Kristi. Kristi, are you here? Hell yeah. Well,
Hello.
first of all, congratulations. How you feeling right now?
I can't stop thinking. I'm so excited.
Yes, you've made it to the top 4. This is where the competition is going to get real. So I hope you're leveraging your support groups and everything like that. In regards to the car, do you intend to change anything moving forward in the competition, or do you not want to
Good
mess with
question.
what's working right now and let it go?
So I actually just got my rear speed delete for my car,
Ooh.
so I'm going to be installing that next. And my cage just got painted from Proulx Custom, so I'm installing that in the next week as well.
Yes. Shout out to Proulx Customs. Josh Kroll's the man.
Yeah, he's going to actually be doing more work to my car as we speak.
Ooh, okay.
So-
You're in good hands, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen
yeah,
anything
he-
bad come out of it. Yeah,
Right?
That shop.
Yeah, he's like, if you want to take this to SEMA, he's like, I got you. So
Sick.
I've known him a long time.
That's awesome.
Luke says not the RIP STI license plate.
That's a good play. That's a good play.
Our in-house Subaru expert is in shambles right now.
I see that you have a Pennsylvania plate. Will we be seeing this at the Formula Drift New Jersey show?
Yes, I'm definitely planning on going there.
Awesome. I want to see this in
Yay.
person.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be watching for your submission or your registration, and we got you. You're in for sure.
Thank you so
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. We're in the top 4 now. You've made it this far. Every car that made it through the top 4 is so friggin' good that this is going to get really tight. So, Kristi, once again, congratulations and thank you for calling in. And
Thank you so much.
we'll see you in the next round.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Kristi.
Bye.
What a great 4.
I know, right?
I'm happy with the people that were dealing, like the people that are winning. They're also happy. I like it. I'm excited for New Jersey. I think we're gonna have a lot of cool cars.
Yeah.
And it's my
Oh,
birthday again.
I'm excited about the New Jersey one this time.
And it's my
especially.
birthday this year again.
Ah.
You're having a birthday again this year? You had one last year.
Yeah, you're gonna get old if you keep doing this every year.
I need to stop.
That's like Tim's favorite joke.
Is it? Damn it.
But yeah, it's gonna be at Formula Drift, New Jersey on the Saturday this year.
Do we have a graphic of our top 4? Can I see all 4 of them in the same place?
I want to see all 4.
Does that exist yet?
Well.
No.
Well. What we have is the next battles.
Yes. Okay. Oh my God, those are the next battles. No. Okay, so I'm cursed to just watch my favorite cars duke it out over and over again. This is fine. Everything's fine.
By the way, I'm happy with whoever the winner is. I don't care at this point.
Yeah, truly.
This is like,
Go you
we're not allowed
guys.
to vote, but like I don't care who wins.
Peter,
This is such a
Kristi,
good one.
Isaiah, Jordyn, you have all killed it up to this point. You all have really wicked cars that I would love to see in person. Some of you I'm going to get to see in person, which is cool.
Adam, we need to make a bet.
What's
a
that?
gamble here. Who's going to win painted versus wrapped? Because we both feel, you feel strongly towards painted. I feel strongly towards wrapped.
Do I want paint to win? Yes. Do I think that should influence anybody's vote?
Absolutely not.
For sure not.
But I'm
I thought you were
saying,
going to say for sure.
but I'm
For
saying,
sure.
For
Also,
sure
yes.
not.
No.
Adam and I have had this debate about 100 times over.
Nobody's
He's
listening
team
to me
painted.
anyway.
I'm team wrapped.
Yes.
I'm just curious to see. It makes, by the way, zero bearing on the winner whatsoever,
Yeah.
obviously.
And it's cool because there's one on each side.
That's what I'm
come
saying.
down to the final. Yeah, we're gonna have our own vehicle refinish battlegrounds here internally as we watch this unfold that we sadly have no control over.
Honestly,
Despite
I'm
some of
happy that we
the
have no
mean-spirited comments saying we're picking these, we don't. I wish I got to pick. Do you know how different Tuna Battlegrounds would look if I picked all the cars? Oh my God, it wouldn't be the same.
If Adam picked all the cars, it would be a 91 240SX winning this year, 94 240SX winning next year. The year after that, it would be a 96 240.
It's also like it's
Sad.
better because like we also all have our own opinions about what we think should
Everybody-
win.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's so much
I think if
better
we were to all
react.
pick a single car from this, it would be a different car,
Absolutely.
right?
Because
Yeah.
I love crazy wide body vehicles that you can still daily drive. You like fast, quote unquote, stock looking, but
Right.
not stock cars. You're all over the place.
I am all over the place.
Very all over the place.
Right.
It really depends. Like I'm in it for the vibes.
Yeah, I get it. I
But-
get it.
I mean, some I just will never pick, but like, you know, I give everyone a fair chance. I'm not like you guys who are like, I only like this.
So far, there's no wrong answers.
There's no wrong answers at all. Because everybody does have different tastes, and at the end of the day, at this level, all 4 cars are built to such a high quality and a high standard that I feel like the winner of it is going to be based on who gets the most support from family, friends, etc.
Yeah,
and
look at
who's
the
able to,
support in
like-
the chat. It's crazy.
But
I've
I feel
never
like-
seen so many comments during these like matchup decisions, like flags of other countries,
Yep.
names being spammed, team names being spammed. It's all over our Instagram. We get it. We see you guys every day. We see it all. So,
But
hell yeah.
For now, for the top 4 competitors, we do have a little surprise for you guys. You guys have seen him commenting.
Yes.
You guys have seen him talking way too much.
Bring in my man Luke.
Luke, hello.
Yo, yo.
Put his face on the screen. Yeah. Luke, what's going on, dude?
Hello. How's it going?
Good, man. I'd like to know your initial impressions with our top 4 here.
I think it's the same that it is every week, that even if we have a rough guess of how the winners are going to, come through, there's always someone that is going to surprise us. And it's not going to stop being like that, but I think everyone that has moved on has been very well deserving of moving on.
Definitely. I think for even the top 8, there was no wrong answers. Even the top 16, there was no wrong answers. So to see it like
I think the
boil
entire
down,
competition this year has been that way.
Yeah.
It's just we have had heavy hitters back to back to back.
Yeah. And they're all such different styles. That's what I'm very happy about with this. That they're not all like cookie cutter builds kind of thing being put up.
definitely.
Like there's not 6 BRZs, there's not 6 Evos, there's not 6 A6s. Like they're all like so different.
Oh, that is cool, actually. They're all from like very different schools of thought. I guess there's 2 8.6s in a way.
In a way.
In a way.
They're
But,
all
like,
Japanese,
new school,
though.
old school.
No Euros.
I think the
Oh,
closest we got
look at
to
that.
same
Japanese
build
cars.
was 2 Zs. But I mean, even that, they were so uniquely different.
Right.
It wasn't like we were comparing one Xeon bag stock body on VSXXs and another on VSMDs. Like they were like completely different cars.
That is a good
Right.
point. They are all Japanese cars at the end this time.
That's interesting.
That's exciting. Personal favorites.
I don't
So-
think we've
hell yeah.
I don't think we've had that in a while. I think there's always been an American car or a German car.
Well,
in-
Paul versus Ray
Of
was 2 rotary JDM
True.
cars.
Culver's Reyes a good. That was
It's
a tough
been
one.
everywhere. So this is exciting. Any predictions on how this next round goes, Luke, without influencing someone?
You know me. I don't pick favorites. I don't have predictions. I think everyone is going to do their best, and that's all we can. That's all we can ask for, and that's all they can do. I think everyone kind of has the tools to make their best run at making it into the top 2 spots, and everyone's such a contender at this point that I'm excited to kind of see how they're putting the stuff out. I know that in the background, I'm kind of paying attention to everyone's social media, and the push is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, question for you: has anyone been wise enough to reach out to you or any of the other champions that you talk to for advice?
Adam, every year.
Hell yeah.
Every year.
Love to hear it.
It's this year it's been kind of a, hey, tune into the podcast. That's going to be the best time to do it. And that's been really a nice, not necessarily a weight off my shoulders, but it's, I'm not repeating myself multiple times. I think last year was the heaviest part of it, where I think whenever we were in top 32, I think I had 30 competitors reach out to me, and I was just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give you an edge on competition. No, it's like, I was like, okay, I'll do a live video. If you want to tune in, tune in. If not, that's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think definitely having the podcast this year, I think that it's definitely ironed out a lot of things and made it a lot simpler for everyone to tune in and kind of streamline everything. So first off, thank you guys for doing this.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for calling in. And are we going to see you next episode when we narrow this down?
We're not done with Luke, actually.
We're not done with Luke.
Oh, snap.
I know. So we're speaking about advice. So Luke reached out to some of our past winners and got some words of wisdom for our top 4.
All right, I hope you guys are still watching. Listen carefully.
Listen up.
The good old words of wisdom. Where do we want to start out? Because I know that you guys had made some graphics for on screen, but I don't have any on screen on my end today.
Oh, yes, that's right. Hold on, we're waiting for. I think we're going over John's first, but we're waiting for the on screen stuff. Here we go. So John, who won last year?
I had reached out to everyone. A lot of prior competitors, some were able to get back to me, some are busy with their lives, so we all understand that. We all have lives outside of this.
For sure.
But yeah, so John, last year, we saw him with his V12 Toyota Century Swap Subaru Hatch, which insane car, insane, just the way he went through the competition. I think that he really steamrolled right out the gate and never really lost that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
But reaching out to him and seeing, kind of what were his key factors was not necessarily shocking, but it's always nice to see the back end of everybody's creativity of how to come through the competition. And the 3 things that he talked about is mainly that consistency is key, the persistence and engagement, it matters, and keeping it short and impactful. Oh, wait, no, that was Jesus. That was Reyes, sorry. See, this is what happens whenever things aren't on screen for me. Anyways, for John, it was fresh, engaging content, networking with big name influencers, and replying to all comments and being thankful. And I think that really just speaks to John's character, where he was able to just utilize his network, the greater network that he found through those networks. And, he has had his car featured in a lot of videos from a lot of influencers.
Yep.
Winning awards at LZ World Tour, and just he kind of had the accolades to be able to really capitalize on his achievements. And I think that we saw that early on, and he just ramped it up every round. So I don't want to necessarily call it a masterclass, but if we're talking about that, it's probably the closest thing that we've seen to somebody using every tool in their arsenal to push themselves to win this competition.
I would say that's a fair evaluation. That was like a hot knife through butter through that competition.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it showed on social. He blew up every week with something new and was very creative.
Absolutely.
And
every day he was posting 2 times, and I was constantly seeing us being tagged, and all the there was constantly so many comments responding to everybody. He was really on it.
It helps to have a batshit build like that, like a V12 and a Subaru.
Yeah.
Twin turbo.
Yeah.
Well, especially doing a burnout in your driveway for winning one of the rounds and it going viral. That's huge. Even if you can get a quarter of those people that even viewed that video to vote, I mean, that right there is huge.
You heard the man. Burnouts, everybody.
In your driveway.
In a safe, legal spot.
Driveway burnouts immediately.
All right, who do we have next?
Who else gave you some good intel?
I don't know. Who else do we have up on screen?
We got Paul.
Do we have Paul?
My man Paul.
Paul is such a nice guy.
Paul. Paul is an absolute sweetheart. If you have not gotten a chance to meet Paul, go to your shows, find out where he's going to be. Go meet Paul.
I have a Paul story. Can we have a Paul story moment?
Yeah.
It's wholesome
have
as
a
hell.
quick Paul story.
It's wholesome as hell. So I was experiencing problems with my old rear brakes on my 240 when I only had one of them. And I was looking around for...
Shocking.
Yeah, I know, right? Looking for calipers and couldn't find them anywhere. Paul was in the middle of his awesome brake swap on that one right there you see on the cover. And he heard I was looking for brake calipers. Not only did he send them to me for free in the mail, he included a signed shirt from the Drift King himself.
No way.
Also, a bunch of rare stuff, patches from Endless Brakes, a whole load of stickers, and like just a bunch of cool stuff for no reason. Paul barely knows me. We've met like a handful of times. Like, granted, I consider him a really good friend. We've had awesome times in SEMA and walking around Vegas post show. But just like out of the goodness of his heart, he's like, "Here, take my brake calipers, and also here's some cool stuff."
Yeah, because I've seen Paul at a lot of different shows around. Because the Northeast, like I kind of go to a lot of shows there. He drove that car on the back of a trailer with a full-size pickup truck in the middle of Manhattan. I just want to point that out.
Wild.
And I was driving behind him, by the way, keep in mind, and I'm like, what is this psychopath doing? But every show I've been to, he's such just like a nice guy to be around and talk to, and like...
Yeah, he's down to talk to everybody about their fun stuff. And also he has a crazy Moon Eyes collection. Ask him about it.
His Moon Eyes collection is insane. If you think you have more Moon Eyes than him, you don't.
You absolutely do not. Man walks around in the Moon Eyes vans. And that photo, I'm pretty sure he has a Moon Eyes headband.
He does, yeah. So what advice did he give you?
Yeah, let's hear his advice.
So for Paul, it was reminding people that they can vote more than once.
So true.
That is a big thing. If you get a new person, even that person at the gas station, Costco, whatever, remind them, hey, you can do this more than once. There's more than one day in this stretch of competition. And I mean, even in my rounds that I went through, that was huge, was making sure that people are voting every day. And we talked a little bit about voter fatigue earlier. It's, as Adam said, it's a phenomenon. It's just whenever you think about how many weeks this competition goes on,
exactly,
those people that are voting over and over and over, they might have a day that they forget, or they might just up and give up, or just be like, he's got it. But it's one of those things that's like, no, please vote for me. I need it. Another one of the things that Paul had talked about was going to local events and networking yourself. I think that I don't think there's a single area that car enthusiasts are from that there isn't pop-up meets. There isn't your local track. You could even set up your own meet. I mean, that's a huge responsibility. So do that the right way. But whenever those people come there, they're going to see it. Those people have friends, those people have family. If you can network yourself and kind of really put yourself out there and make them believe in you, they're going to push, because you're not only a local, but you're representing the area. So a win for you is also a win for them.
That is true.
This was Paul had, I think, the hardest TBG to fight.
Definitely, without a doubt.
100%.
Yeah.
I like his thing about scannable QR codes too.
That's a good one.
I think people need to take advantage of that.
Scannable QR codes. We have talked about that. We talked about that last time, and it was a huge topic last year. Look, technology is so far ahead. You can utilize your phone to do anything in this day and age. I mean, Google exists. But, the scannable QR codes, you can show that to anyone. If you print it out on a sticker, you can show it to anyone. It's, especially for those local meets, that's a quick way to where you're not going to have to repeat yourself over and over and give your spiel. Just give a quick, hey, this is me, this is my car, this is what I'm doing. This is my scannable thing. I'm not going to scam you off of this. And that's just, you can really utilize a lot of votes through that portion.
Hell yeah, dude. I think that's some of the most sound advice. And like, I don't think I've seen a lot of people really taking advantage of the technology and the QR codes, or like so much as like adding a link button to an Instagram story.
Mm-hmm.
Like just little things that eliminate the barriers of getting to a vote. I think that goes a long way. Who else gave you advice? Did you talk to any other champions from years past?
We heard from, and I have known of Jesus Reyes for years, even before I competed in Tuner Battlegrounds. I met him at I believe it was an import face-off. And ever since I won my year, I have seen him at Slam Enough shows. I've seen him at import face-offs. I mean, he is just everywhere. And I don't know where he's originally from, but he shows up to my area just randomly.
Oh, that's awesome.
But an amazing guy, and just seeing that he had, his run through Tuner Battlegrounds. I can't remember which year he won.
That
I know it was a few years
TBG
prior.
7? Question mark?
I don't know. I think.
Do we have a graphic for Reyes? Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That says 5. There's no way. Oh my God, I'm old.
You should see what it looks like now.
So old.
Like today.
You're really old, Adam.
Been here so long.
Yeah, the fact that he is still building that car.
Yeah, it
and
looks
it's been
insane.
since then, and he's still making strides on social media with it.
Yeah.
I mean, anywhere he pulls up with that car, it's just, he's there. And the fact that he has his family, his community, and everyone really shows up and shows out for him at shows. I mean, I love to see it. They show up. There's 8 people unloading the car, getting it ready. I'm over solo cleaning my car. I'm just like, hey, nice to see you. But when I was talking to him, seeing that there's a lot of consistency of ways to go through Tuner Battlegrounds that have been here since TBG 5, I think is really telling of, there's a way to use these things to go through competition. And for his, it was a big consistency is key, persistence and engagement matters, and keep it short and impactful. And I think that last one really rings true. We talked about voter fatigue. If you're really giving, paragraphs and books to people,
they're not reading
they're going to skim through it. Yeah, they're going to skim through it.
They'll read it in the first week.
Seeing it weekly.
Maybe the second week.
Exactly.
But, later
They're
in
like,
the competition.
Oh God, this guy's messaging me
like,
again.
oh, here he goes with another novel or another
sob story.
3-minute video of the same sob story. Yeah, you gotta innovate, come up with new ways, make memes out of it, do what you got to do.
Short and simple, and add a link at the end. Something easily clickable, or if you're in person, have something for them to scan, or a website ready to go. I think that the less time that you can take out of somebody's day, the more they're going to appreciate it. 100%. If you give them an hour-long spiel, it might work for a few weeks, but it's going to kind of fade out.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
And James Tunerella says, my scannable QR codes from TBG last year won me FD later that year.
Oh,
so
yes,
it's a
right.
usual strategy for Tuner Battlegrounds Live as much as it is for the
Yeah.
championships. Obviously, stakes are higher here, and the competition is longer, and you're reaching to more people. So yeah,
The QR code
use
is
everything.
The
at your
QR code is a good
disposal.
idea, because if somebody's like, hey, can you fill this out? And you're like, have you ever tried to give somebody your email at a store for the receipt? And then they always say it wrong or spell it wrong or this, that. I feel like it's the same if you just gave them a QR code. I feel like that's the same thing with voting.
Eliminates a lot of the work.
The easiest thing, make it easy for them, and they'll, they'll be there week in, week out.
Well, Luke, we appreciate you giving us
Speaking of Tuner Battlegrounds Live, for anybody that is seeing the competition, that's interested in the competition next year, Tuner Battlegrounds Live is a really quick way to kind of learn how the systems of this work with the voting and everything. And it's a really quick foot into kind of practicing networking yourself. So yeah, later this year, doing 365 rounds, come see us.
Yeah, that is a great trial run. If you're thinking about entering the Tuner Battlegrounds Championship next year, show up to a Tuner Battlegrounds Live event. See what it's all about. It's like a 24-hour trial.
They're really fun.
And then, A, you get to come to a really sick show. And B, you get some practice. Right, Alex?
Absolutely.
And C,
he says, hell yeah.
Depending on the show, you get to meet Adam, because he's famous.
Depending on the show. I'm super not famous.
Yeah, Adam never comes to St. Louis.
No one wants to be there.
Nobody
though,
wants to
unfortunately.
To be fair, it's hot as shit.
Is it because I'm here? I get it, but like...
Well, thank you for calling, Luke. We really appreciate chatting
We appreciate
with you.
you. If you are in the top 4, I hope you are listening, because that is some sound advice, and that might be what it takes to push you into the semifinals or the finals. Finals? This is semifinals. Holy crap, we're almost there.
Oh gosh.
It's gone by so fast.
Scary times.
Scary, scary times.
It's so much faster when you're not in the competition.
Reminder about the schedule. Julia, do you want to tell the people?
Oh, well, I mean, schedule changed last week. So just as a reminder that we're doing 1 p.m. to 1 p.m. voting, opening on Mondays at 1. So it's going to open soon. And then closes at...
Tuesday?
Sorry. Closes Monday at 1 and opens Tuesday at 1.
That's right. So the next round of voting will be open in 50 minutes from this message.
So start, type in your messages.
Yeah, get your drafts figured out. And next week we're going to see who our top 2 are. That's really exciting.
It's going to be crazy.
And I think that's it for this episode, right?
Hold on. We have
more.
didn't have Harjan, I just wanted to...
A physical limit.
I wanted to make sure
he's here in spirit all along.
And then, Adam and I are going to settle this once and for all with Tuner Battlegrounds, wrap or paint.
That's true. It determines which one's more popular, not which one's better. But
okay. I feel like it determines literally nothing.
Yeah. Basically.
For this.
Reminder that once Tuner Battlegrounds is over, we will be on a little break from Tuner Battlegrounds, and we will be going back to features here on the podcast, as well as more expansive news on the automotive aftermarket, cool OEM stuff, our own personal journeys. Eustace working on several cars at a time.
Way too many.
I have a brand new 240 that has like nothing on it, and I'm slowly assembling, so we'll get you some pictures and show you the progress as it happens. In the meantime, if you want some of these cool magazines or any like old backdated magazines that you're missing out on, maybe you're a Tuner Battlegrounds competitor and you want to pick up all the Tuner Battlegrounds issues to see what's going on, you can get all of those at shop.pasmag.com. Don't forget to submit all your stuff if you want to be on the show. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the show, and follow us on social media if you want to see all of our nonsense. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Goodbye.